Hey, real quick, Coach Chadwin over here. I want to jump into the charts and just show you exactly how you need to be drawing your supply and demand zones. There's going to be a catchphrase you're going to want to remember, and that's find the correct formation in the correct location. Find the correct formation in the correct location. I find that this is the number one thing that people do wrong when drawing out supply and demand zones, and we're going to try and correct that today. First, I'm going to show you the theory and then the actual application, and when you use this, you should be able to see better results, because this time you will be going with the market order flow as opposed to against it. And oftentimes a sign of one of these failing is an indication that you're on the wrong side of the market, and so you can adjust and turn around. So if you'd like to know more about that, please stay connected to this video, and of course, as always, like and subscribe and drop a comment, and we'll be giving you more such videos in the future. Right, let's jump on to the charts. Okay, let's go in. This should drastically change how you view supply and demand zones from this point onwards, and you should be able to see drastically different results. So let's jump on. Okay, I'm just looking at a random chart. This is GBP JPY. But before we get to the actual candlestick patterns as a whole, let's look at the concept as to what's going on. So would you agree that generally the market moves in kind of this kind of formation, right? Or, of course, if it's a downward trend, it will move in that formation. And so what happens is, inside of these legs of price, there'll be supply and demand zones, right? Over here as well, there'll be zones. There'll be zones on the way down. There'll be zones on the way up. And so the first thing you want to be doing is assessing what is the actual trend. I'm going to keep it simple today. A lot of you know this already, so let's use a line drawing. If you look at that chart right now, let me thicken it up for you. You'd say, you know what? That is an uptrend. Absolutely. Absolutely. An uptrend is defined by a breaker structure to the upside. And so we have two breaks structures to the upside, and therefore we have an uptrend. Okay, so let's put that on. So for your notes, this is what you want to do. In an uptrend, you want to be looking for demand zones, right? And in a downtrend, you want to be looking for supply zones. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, but Coach, can't we trade the opposite? Yes, we can, but that would be considered a counter trend, right? So in counter trend trading, we would be trading the supply zones in a bullish market, and the inverse will be true. Remember, this is counter trend. Once again, counter trend, and this time we're looking for demand zones in a bearish market, right? Demand zones in a bearish market, and that's counter trend trading. So what do I actually mean by that? Well, I cannot tell you how often I see people drawing the wrong zones in the wrong trend. So let's say, for instance, on this leg down, as price is rising, I'd see someone draw on a zone over there. And we're going to look at those zones, of course, on the chart as well. And a zone over here. The problem with these two zones right now is they are actually targets and not zones that you really want to trade from. In other words, in an uptrend, you expect, you want to take a note on this. In an uptrend, let me write it down for you. Expect supply to fail. Does that always mean it's going to fail? No. You'll have to see if those zones are unmitigated. In other words, it has not been traded to before. But that's a story for another day. Right? And in a downtrend, expect demand to fail. Okay? And so you trade with the expectation, because when you trade with an expectation, if the expectation is not met, you know to adjust or to turn around or to change your market direction. So therefore, and write this down for yourself, always trade with expectation. Okay. And of course, the inverse is true. Let's draw the other one on. If you're going down, you want to be making sure you are trading supply zones, right? Cannot tell you how many times I see this. Someone draws on a demand zone over there and price runs right through it. Someone draws a demand zone over there and price drives right through it. So again, you want to find the correct formation in the correct location. Now, of course, I'm assuming that at this point you know how a demand or supply zone looks. But this is an example of what you ought not to be doing, because you're looking at it to fail. Now let's have a look on the charts. I want to try and keep this video as short as possible. Let's have a look on the charts at what is actually happening. Let's take this section of price action, because it's really very clearly visible over here. Of course, if you look at this, you can see the price is moving down, right? Anyone can see that. It's quite clear. It's quite clean. And remember, what I'm about to show you is time frame dependent. But let's do this. Let's replay the chart to this point. So that way we get a better view. Okay, let's do this over there. Okay, so since this is a downtrend, as we can clearly see, I'm going to draw this line on. Just make it a little lighter for you as well. We need to know that in this case, we should only be trading, and I'm going to replay it further back so you can see better. We should only be looking to trade supply zones, right? So let's draw on the first supply zone. We got that one. Okay. The price taps it and starts to drop from it because there's unfilled orders there. Or whether you believe in market repricing, whatever your ideology or methodology says, price is going to fall from that supply zone, right? Of course, as price moves on, I see we're on a weekly. That's why it's taking a little longer. Price drops. However, I cannot tell you how many times I see people saying, you know what, rally-based rally, or students saying rally-based rally, so let me draw on a demand zone. Right? So let's draw on this demand zone. Let's see what happens. Remember, you want to find the correct formation. Now, that's the correct formation, but it's in the incorrect location. It's a demand zone in a downtrend. So let's look what happens. Price gives a bit of a reaction, and then, right, usually will give a little bit of a reaction, and then given enough time, it runs that zone, right? Okay. What can you then do? Well, you're in a downtrend, so look at trading supply zones. There's one, and there's one. Once again, drop-based drop, rally-based drop. You know this. And if you don't, we have some more information available on our website. Just drop us a email and we'll send you some stuff and get you connected with the academy. Right now, I'm all about teaching you. Right? Okay. Once again, This time we have the correct formation in the correct location. We're looking above current price in a downtrend and below current price in an uptrend. So since current price is here, we need to look up. And so in this case, had we taken a supply zone, we'll see we get some nice reaction out of there. And once we pair this with lower time frame entries, it becomes even better. Look at that move. So for your notes again, in a downtrend, momentum is on sell side, so you want to make sure that you're getting in on supply zones. Establish a trend first. The simplest method is to use the path tool and look for your latest breaker structures. I normally suggest you go at least 2 back to confirm, because on occasion price will do that and still go down. That's when a higher time frame is in play, and I'll show you that in another video. However, for this one, all you want to do is make sure 2 breaks the structures. That's a confirmation of a trend. And as I always say to our students, you trade in the same direction until you are wrong. That way you only are wrong once or twice at maximum, and the rest of the time you are right. The market will trend much longer than it will reverse. So many people are trying to catch falling knives, and it doesn't work. You get hurt. So what you want to do is make sure that you're on side. Again, simply for your notes, if you are bullish, you want to be looking for demand zones, not supply zones, right? Let's look at this example again. Supply zones are failing, right? But a demand zone in here held, and it gave us a momentous move. So a real simple rule that will drastically change how you trade is making sure that you're looking for demand zones in an uptrend and supply zones in a downtrend. Again, the correct formation in the correct location. So what are those 2 formations that you want to be looking for in an uptrend? And the inverse will obviously be 2 for a downtrend. Well, in an uptrend, what you want to be looking for, and I'll draw it on here for you, in this area, is you want to see a rally-based rally, right? And let's change the color. Okay, see? That's a rally-based rally in an uptrend that gives you that entry. Occasionally over here, at the bottom, at the extreme, you might get a drop base rally, and that too will become a valid entry point over here. And of course, the inverse is true for a downtrend, which is a drop base drop or a rally base drop. Now, if you want to learn more about this, you can hit us up on kingdomdaytraders.com and jump on our Calendar link, and we'll connect you with a free webinar and institutional trading webinar, and we'll show you how to get more out of your trading journey. That's Kingdom Day Traders. We've been able to serve thousands across the world, and let me say this, we are not the kind of institution that is about making it seem that this is a get-rich-quick scheme. No, we want you to understand that when you leave, you're leaving with a skill set, right? You're leaving with something tangible, something that you can teach others, something that you can transfer to your kids or family members, something like that. That's why everyone should be skeptical when people are going around offering you amazing courses at next to nothing prices. It just doesn't make logical sense. If you're going to get good training, it needs to come from a quality institution. Well, I'm not here to just sell you, I'm here to teach you. So once again, if you're jumping on your charts tomorrow and you are getting ready to trade, remember this number 1 rule: is my formation in the correct location? With that being said, it's been me, Coach Chadwin, and I'm from Kingdom Day Traders. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Look forward to hearing from you and seeing you in the near future as well. Thank you very much.